This is Professor Chuck Conkle. Thank you for registering for my course, PHP MySQL for the Absolute Beginner. Just want to give a real quick overview of the course. It's broken down into multiple sections from getting started all the way down to section 13 on building a CMS system. The way each section is designed is you're going to have a couple reading or podcast area, reading area, an assignment area. Week one basically is just getting started with installing software, setting up XAMPP, which is the IDE development environment that you'll use. It's totally free. Watch a podcast on getting started and creating a website, a free website. Section 2 on variables and constants. We go over PHP variables in the podcast for lecture 5. Reading for variables, an assignment example, more reading on variables and constants, and then an assignment 2, reinforcing that concepts as well. Section 3, control structures, going over control structures in PHP, loops, case logic. You'll do some reading on expressions and dates, look at an example of a guest book using PHP and MySQL, read about control structures, and do a control structure loop program. Section 4 goes over forms and sessions in PHP. Again, you watch a podcast. In lecture 15, lecture 16, do some reading on PHP forms and sessions. Lecture 17, reading PHP sessions. 18, you'll look at an example of a member site developed in PHP. And here is an exercise on how to build a lecture site, a membership site, using PHP MySQL, and then the source code. I won't read the rest of these, but you can get the gist of it. Every week is generally going to, or every section is going to basically have a podcast, reading, an example, exercise, and source code. And the source code allows you to see the end result, what it should look like in your code. If you do have any questions, there is an area in here in Udemy to ask a question on the right side of the screen. You can ask a question at any time, and I'll be more than glad to answer those promptly. If you need more examples than what's not on the site currently, email me and I'll be more glad to send you some more examples to reinforce the concepts you're learning for that section. So hopefully by the end of this course, you'll have the basics of PHP MySQL. It is designed for an absolute beginner, and so I start at the very beginning, utilizing podcast, utilizing reading, examples, multiple examples, and finally source code, which is the final outcome of what your code should look like. So I hope you enjoy the class. And again, if you have any questions on the right side of the screen here, you can ask a question. If you need any assistance, be more glad to help you.